Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel if you're new here, and I make YouTube videos all about spreading disability awareness and just living life as a teenager with a disability in general. And I also share my love of God on here as well as I make videos about being a service dog handler. So if you like that content, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button because you're going to want to stick around. And we got lots of exciting things coming up towards the end of the year. So in today's video, I found a list of things that you should never do or say to service dog handlers, and I really wanted to do this video because I feel like it will be both educational and I can give my input on these things. Pretty obvious. Don't pet or talk to a service dog. Some people may not understand the talking part because you're technically not touching the dog, so they don't think, how is just talking to it distracting? One of my best friends asked me that about Sammy, but it's just as distracting if you talk to the dog and say things like, "Oh puppy, you're such a good boy, such a good girl," whatever, when the handler tells you no, as it is distracting if you come up and start petting and, you know, that kind of thing. So you gotta think, like, if you were in a work environment, because that's what a service dog is. When they are out in public with their handler, they are working unless the handler says otherwise. Somebody coming up and talking to you when you're working is just as distracting as someone, I don't want to say coming up and petting you, because you don't generally come up and pet humans, but you know what I mean. So a person is blind because they have a service dog. A lot of people think, a lot of uneducated people, obviously if you're in the community you know, but service dogs are not just for blind people. And people need to get the assumption out of their head that all people with service dogs are blind, or all service dogs are quote-unquote seeing eye dogs, which it cracks me up because they're technically called guide dogs, but like Sammy gets mistaken for being a seeing eye dog all the time. And when someone's like, "Oh well, I've only seen like service dogs for blind people," or like guide dogs, it makes me feel almost invalidated. Okay, because I'm not blind, you don't think I need my dog help, or you don't think that I go through a lot like a blind person does, enough to need a dog's assistance. Does that make sense? So either way, it's kind of insulting. Well, not really insulting, because guide dogs have a really important job. But it makes you feel like when people say, "Oh, well, I've only ever seen service dogs for blind people," you feel like, yeah, but just because I'm not blind doesn't mean that I don't need him or struggle enough to need him. You guys may not understand, some of you. I know some of you will, but yeah. So don't assume a person is training a service dog because you can't see their disability. Yes, lots of people look or don't look like the media's like stereotype of being disabled. They don't fit this fake narrative that society has put on. Therefore, you cannot see their disability. Or ambulatory wheelchair users, meaning people who only use wheelchairs every once in a while, but do need their dog when they're okay enough to walk around, so you don't see them with their wheelchair. So therefore, lots of people think, oh, they don't have a disability. It's all in assuming. But the majority is invisible disabilities are just as disabling as physical disabilities that you can see, if their condition technically qualifies as a disability, because people can have invisible medical conditions that aren't disabling, but if they have a task-trained service dog and their doctor declares it a disability or whatever, or like they have a legitimate invisible disability, they are just as disabled as the girl sitting in a wheelchair or who is wheelchair bound 24/7. You know, it's just ask a person about their disability. Okay, some people are like advocates like myself. We don't mind being asked, but other people may have PTSD and have like trauma surrounding their disability, and they may not want to talk about it. So always, if you're gonna ask, tell them that they don't have to answer the question, so that they don't get triggered, like if they don't want to talk about it. Don't point and whisper, "It's a dog." Please. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, it's so annoying when people, not really like if a parent whispers to their kid about my service dog, like I get that, but like when grown adults do it, it's just like, dude, you're an adult, you've seen this before, grow up. Don't take pictures. I've only had this happen to me one time. Most awkward thing ever. Like, literally, it's so awkward. It's disrespectful, it's rude. Like, I get that it's a dog and it's pretty or cute or whatever, but please do not take pictures, because at the end of the day, it's just a disabled individual trying to grocery shop or do life tasks just like you. Please, oh Lord, do not do this next one. Do not judge a dog's working ability based on their breed. So like if you see a small Chihuahua that's like a medical alert dog or whatever, Chihuahuas can be medical alert dogs. They may not be able to do mobility, but that doesn't make them any less of a service dog because they're tiny, you know. Or a lot of things I see is bully breeds, like bulldogs or pit bulls. They get shamed all the time for being service dogs, when in reality, they can be great service dogs. My best friend's service dog is a bully breed. Please do not do this, okay? Do not tell service dog handlers how to care for their dog. It's demeaning and it's just kind of rude. Like, you wouldn't tell a parent how to parent their kid. So, you know, same here. He's a real person. Meaning, we are not a petting zoo. Or, you know, you got to respect us. If we say don't pet, no means no, bro. That's just how it is. Because we have boundaries. Who knows? We may be extra sick on that day, etc., etc. So please, for the love of God, respect service dog handlers. I know this video is short, you guys, but that's all I have for you in the list as of right now. But I will see you guys in the next video, and maybe eventually, if I can find another list, I'll do a part 2 to this. But yeah, if you like this type of content and this educated you, or possibly if you even learned something new, then go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, comment, all the things. We just recently hit 400 subscribers, but yet we're already to 420, which literally blows my mind every single day, and I cannot wait to see this community grow. Oh, also, I did a video like right when I opened up about my disability and made my channel disability themed, and it was like what not to ask a disabled person. So it was this video, but it wasn't service dog based. So I will put it on the end screen so that you guys can go back and watch that. But I will see you in my next video. I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching and for your support. Bye!